Springfield, Affair of the Heart, CBT guitar lesson for Kim. Kim, you're one of those CBT students that picks all the great hits of the 80s. And, mind you, it's kind of some abstract stuff. I know your Prince stuff you do. Some of these songs I haven't heard from Prince, so I really like your taste in music. Really good stuff. And cutting edge at the time, if you think about it. And now they're just classic, great songs. So, Rick Springfield, the funny thing I remember was he was on, was it Days of Our Lives? Or General Hospital, one of those soap operas, and then he cut into doing music. I just watched a video because you sent me your next two CBTs. No, I was looking at Affair of the Heart, I think, but it was a recent concert from like last year, and the guy handed him his guitar. He came out the first song, and he strums it, and then he's like, he can't hear it, so he grabs his guitar and he throws it on the ground. The knob goes flying off. He wasn't happy to open the show like that. And then a minute later, his roadie brings out another guitar and straps it on him. It was funny. All right, standard tuning for this. It doesn't kick in, at least on the link that I use, because we're using the official video. At 38 seconds, you'll hear just an A power chord. So it's open A and 2D, just. And then 55 seconds in, you'll just hear open A. Now that has like a phaser over it. Phaser, flanger, they're both kind of sound the same, but that's the only time you use it, is right there. And then section 1A kicks in right after that, and I've watched the live stuff. One guy plays it in one spot, and then Rick plays it in another spot on this part that goes. Rick does it there, and the other guy does it on an open A. I'm going to let you pick what you want. I went with the 5th fret because I saw that first with Rick playing it. So 5th fret on the E. It's a good little exercise, actually. If I was teaching someone triplets and palm muting with rock, this is a perfect example of that. So you're going to do 5th fret, you're going to palm mute, so your palm's right across here. Don't go too far because you'll choke it. You gotta have the perfect spot there. And then here's your picking pattern for it. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. After you hit that last one, just relieve the pressure a little bit because you want to make sure you kill the note. That goes 7 times. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That's the way to count it. Okay, so 7 times. And a minute 24 in, here's how he leaves it. He repeats it, but it's a hair longer, or is it a little bit shorter? Check it out. It goes down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Then we got to hit this chord. So it'll be like, oops. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, change. The change is 7, 5, 6, D, G, and B. And after that, because you're going to rest, and then go 9, 9, 9, I use the 3rd finger and bar it. So that's your 3 notes. So you may have an issue with that transition. If you do, practice more, zone in on that part, subgroup that. In other words, just take the triplet. Another shortcut you can do, it's not cheating, it's good to be able to do it that way, but you can use your thumb. As a matter of fact, Rick Springfield, it's either him or the other guy plays his chords with his thumb. Sometimes, it just depends what it is. If you choose to use your thumb, then you can kind of get this ready. So you may want to consider that. Or if you opt for the open A string, you can also preset yourself up to go. So you may want to consider that, but still practice it the way I showed you. You know, shortcuts are fine, but it's nice to be able to pick and choose what you want to do, right? Then repeat section 1A 3 times on the double dots only instead of 7, and then finish out everything. Okay, and then after that you'll be going Back to the 5E or the open A. Palm mute. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, change. The change is an A power chord. Open A to D. It's A, B, C, and D. 2, 4, A, D. 3, 5, 5, 7. So A, B, C. That secondary hit starts section 1B at 1:44. So let's lead into it. So here we go. 5, 7, 7, 9, that's a E. 8, 10, that's a F twice. 10, 12, 12, 12, that's a G major. 10, 12, 12, 12. If that's too crazy for you, because one's doing that, and I think one's just doing a power chord. So if you don't want to set up for the big chord, fine, just go. Because you got to remember, there's two guitar tracks here. So after that, you're going to repeat it. And then 8, 10, A, D, which is our F, to D twice. Over to a C once. Jump back up to the F, or the 8, 10, 10, 10, or if you want to power chord it, that's your call. Once. 5, 7, 7, 7, that's a full D major twice, so. And then a 3, 5, A, D. And then go, stay right there. And open 2, A, D, that's an A power chord twice. 3, E with your middle finger. And then back to the C. So that's going twice, right? And then back to 8, 10, A, D. So F, D, D, C. The big F. The big D twice. C5. Then at 2:04 you'll hear this. This is how he transitions out of the chorus. It's an F5 power chord, 1E, 3A, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a G power chord 3 times. When you have a 4 count in 4/4 time music, that's called a whole note. So, in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So coming off that, check it out. Ah, yeah. Then you have a breakdown, keyboards, all that stuff. At 2:18, just hit an open A. Might have that phaser on it again. And then 2:22 timestamp, you're going to restart it all over. Section 1A, the star section, which is the first grouping of double dots. Instead of playing it 7 times, you're going to play it 3 times, okay? And then you go into section 1B, play that the same. And then I think we have, all that's left is the solo on the top of page 3. Yep. 3:30 in, you'll go 2-3, this is leading into it. 8th fret on the B, and he holds it for 10 seconds. Vibratos it if you can, and then he drops it down. I don't have enough sustain on this right now to do that, but. And then I love this riff, and it's tough. Don't worry so much about the speed of it, just do your best with it. Palm mute and alternate pick 12, 14 on the D and G. 13 pull 12 B. 14 pull 12 G. Sounds like this. His tempo. Not sure who the guitar player was, but he's a jammer. Probably a studio guy, like Steve Lukather or something. 14 G, slide to 17, and then go 15 B and E, down up. Then 17 pull 15 B, 17 pull 16 G. That's a subgroup right there, Kim. So even those 4 notes, go over them. You know, for 2-3 minutes straight when you practice. And do that with all these parts. You know, if you need to bring it down to 4 notes at a time. That. And then the next 4. The next 4. Next 4. Perfectly if you set them up in 4s. 17 slide 19 G. 17 hammer 20 on the B. That's a good subgroup. 17 hammer 20 pull 17 on the B. So it's and then he does this toggle thing. It's like a pedal tone that they use in classical music, but go 17 EB up down and just kind of do a pivot like try not to go, you don't want them ringing together, so shift it. I have it kind of barred, and then when I need the B string I just transition and it releases off the high E. And then do the same thing, 1917, 2017. That's a killer subgroup right there. You can make so many little ideas off of that, you know? Just by noodling. 20E, whole step bend. And if you need to test that, you know, audibly, fret 22 is your target. You're bending up to that, back it with a couple fingers. Don't make one finger do all that work. Too hard. Okay, and that's it. Repeat section 1B, play it the same. No star section at all. And then repeat the minute 51 to that little asterisk symbol, back and forth until it fades out. It goes about 6 times. After the 6th time, you can't hear it. So, Kim, awesome, thanks. Great choice. I'm so glad you picked some Rick Springfield. He has another couple good ones, right? We'll see.